Hello and welcome back to the OPL. We just saw Chiefs in a comeback victory against Tectonic. Maybe something I didn't expect to say today. I'm still Spawn. Yeah. This is E-Gym. However, my question to you, bit of a curveball, is this is what we're going to see out of Chiefs consistently. Because really, with the exception of Ryoma, not many of these players known for like an in-your-face aggressive laning phase. Swiper definitely not known for that.
Yeah.
Ray's not known for that.
Are you saying
on
Chiefs had
yeah.
an in-your-face aggressive laning phase?
I'm saying they don't necessarily have those, players that play that way, apart from maybe Ryoma. So will they just look to scale and teamfight every game?
I mean, if they're going to play early game like that, then sure, they should. Because like that was abysmal, right? I think that's definitely what they need to clean up. Fantix, with him on the roster last week, Chiefs, their early game looked incredibly different and much better.
I mean, Swiper still fell down.
Yeah. I mean, his Camille, individually, Swiper's Camille isn't looking good. I feel like in the 2 games he's played this split, he's been, I mean, most notably messing up that E-flash combo off the wall. He hasn't landed it yet, but he's tried twice.
Yep.
But unfortunately, like, yeah, he did kill Paprise at the end of that game in the Nah versus Camille side lane, but I mean, just early game and up to that point, like, hasn't been looking too pretty, I think, so far. So
certainly hasn't. So, I mean, what does need to change out of that early game? Is it just a deep breath and a little bit slower play? Is it they need to play a little bit more aggressively? Like, what is it for you?
I mean, I think that's it. I think it's not about the aggression. I think they just need to play a little bit smarter. They're just not respecting Tectonic. I think that's what it looked like with that Dragon take. Tectonic had 4 members around there, and they just went for the Infernal anyway, and then got punished by a Tilt. Like, Raze was literally standing in front of Tilting, and he's just like, okay, taunt. And then Raze is like, oh no, I'm dead. You know what I mean? Like, it does just look that simple. It is his first game for the year, I suppose. You can kind of chalk it up to nerves for him individually, but
all right.
Like, it just doesn't look pretty. They just need to play slower and smarter.
I'm not sure that a player that is probably an MVP of an OPL final in Brisbane, he played very well there. Spooks arguably also played very well in that set. Can get first game jitters on a regular season OPL game.
Straight up, every single player, when they come onto stage, is nervous. There's nothing you can do about it. You will be nervous. Even if you're comfortable, you're nervous for the first, like, 5 minutes or until you start CSing or until something happens. I was nervous every single game of my career. Okay. Sure, it just happens.
How did you overcome nerves? This is a good conversation. I like this.
Like, I don't know. You just do. You just forget about everything outside of the monitor once you start doing things in lane, to be honest. It's just something that's there.
I was hoping you were going to tell me you leasing kick things in practice.
I do that.
Yeah.
That's the okay. For everyone at home, if you want to practice your mechanics before a big night of grinding solo queue or something, you play Lee Sin, you spawn a dummy in practice tool in the Baron pit, and you play tennis with yourself over the Baron pit wall. And you can do it with Ali as well if you're not good enough at Lee Sin to do it. Yep. You just kick, like ward hop flash kick, ward hop flash kick, or with Ali you headbutt, blah blah blah. It's fun. It's a good warm-up.
It's very fun. You can also practice your ward positioning, as I've seen Egypt do many a time.
That's
you
more
can
boring,
practice
though.
sick plays. However, we are into champion select. Well, you have to do it against dummies first. I mean, in every other sport, you practice
you go to the nets
without people in front of you. You go to the net, you practice your serve, you learn to swim before you play water polo. I don't know where I was going with that one, but I feel like League of Legends is the only game where you're like, hey, I'm going to try it against real people first and see if that works out for me. Zoe, Callista, as well as Rise taken away by Tectonic. It's going to be Urgot, Cogmore, and question mark Azir taken away.
Azir, second time he's been banned this series. Yeah, Nunu's still available. I don't think Tectonic are going to first pick it. I think in terms of 8.2 Nunu, Fantix said in his interview that they just think it's just so strong right now. They have to first pick it, and I don't think that game kind of lived up to that expectation. I don't think it painted it too well. They're hovering the Fiora. I'm suggesting they don't first pick that one. They do lock in the Braum, but Urgot, for a one-game wonder, has been getting a lot of value for Tectonic, because this is 2 series in a row where teams have actually been respect banning it.
Yeah, certainly have. I mean, it's kind of that double-edged sword where I don't know whether it's because they don't fear the rest of the Tectonic champion pool, so they're getting away a nuisance, or whether after that game it was popping up in solo queue more and more, which it has been, and they're just like, this sucks. I don't want to be grabbed from the lane brush and eaten by a big robot.
Potentially a bit of both. Potentially a bit of both.
Potentially.
As they do lock in the Nunu.
And Willem.
Once again.
As well as Varus. I'm telling you, Bryce. Varus. Real good.
He's real good. If it's Nunu and Willem, it's Varus and what's his, like, isn't he like 2 people? Wasn't that the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his, I don't know.
What's his other half?
Partner? Yeah, I don't know what his partner
is. He named? Was. Do we know his name? He's probably named in the lore.
Tweet at Ejimwall.
Yep.
Varus's partner's name.
Caitlyn.
And that's actually really interesting because Caitlyn sucks into Varus. Varus has CC, has poke, has very similar range, not as much, but as close as you can get. Bell and Kai, is that what you said? Nice, there we go. So Bell and Kai made Varus. I like it.
Oh, so Varus isn't even one of them? Okay, I'll get a brush
I think
up on
Varus
Varus
is like the dark, and that's going to be another game of Zach for Sway.
Very similar comp coming out of Tectonic here, obviously trading the Shen for the Braum already, but blue side gives them access to that first pick, so that's possibly the reason there. Opting in for that Caitlyn again. Looked okay. I think against the Zyra Khan, you wouldn't expect to win that matchup, especially with the Caitlyn and the Shen, but looked all right. I do think Low got caught in one particular moment, game one, lost a
pretty
bit of their
interesting,
lead.
The fact that Zyra Khan's still up and available, and they have red side, and they don't look to take the duo.
Yeah. Fairly interesting, because they did opt in for the Varus on the side of Chief's first rotation.
Especially given the fact that Tectonic had just put no priority on Nuna. I mean, they picked Braum. Potentially the Chiefs are like, we don't want to give up Kate Nuna. But
yeah.
I mean, I feel like Zyra Khan was probably the thing that won them that game.
I mean, absolutely. Not even probably. 100% that was the reason they won that game. And then they're still prioritizing the Nunu higher than that. So obviously they see something that we do not. We don't get to spec their scrims all week, unfortunately. So we just see what comes out on the weekend in OPL in these competitive games. Galio and Malzahar banned away by the Chiefs. And Tam Kench on the other side for Tectonic.
And you have to think that maybe the Malzahar ban was, because we didn't see it prioritized at all, was maybe due to the fact that Tam Kench was banned away. Because that is really strange. When something gets all the way through pick ban, and then they're like Tam Kench, then you have to be thinking potentially a Malzahar is around the corner. Ease of execution as far as Malzahar goes is pretty damn high.
And if we take a look at the mid bans, we do have Zoe, Rise, Malzahar, Galio, and Azir as well. So potentially another blind pick Orianna coming out. Ryoma fared very, and Ergon actually, fared very well in that matchup, I guess. He did get ganked early, fell down, but from that point onwards, had a really good performance from him.
And unfortunately for Tectonic, I mean, Cassiopeia is actually Shock's best champion, arguably, in my opinion. I watch a lot of Shock solo queue because I was like, who is this guy? Where did he come from? His name was TikTok Shock when I first ever saw him. Yeah, from New Zealand, Kiwi. And I was like, who is this guy? Like, he kind of wasn't on my radar when he got picked up by a team. And that kind of confused, because I watch a lot of high elo solo queue because I'm not very good at the game anymore. And it's real frustrating when you watch something and you're like, I suck and I can't do that. So now I just, you'll become like this. Don't laugh at me.
No, so I'm going to stay challenger, mate.
So then I just watch it instead. It's quite entertaining. And I think Cassiopeia in solo queue especially is Shock's best champion. Darius, see whether we get a phase rush Darius.
Do we actually? Zero? Oh, come on.
That would have been cool. I also play Spellbook Darius at the moment, because you can go Ignite for the cheesy lane. And you can TP later. And then if you get really late and you're going to group, you just go Ghost.
Yep, 100%. We do see the Ellie locked in on the other side for Destiny, so mixing it up. But we do have the mirror match in the top lane.
That's a cool hairdo from Low.
Yeah, I agree. I was looking at that. He's got a good
That's a good fade. Yeah. And a real good mini afro on top.
Yeah, I back it.
I am a big fan.
100%. 100% as we go. There we go.
There we go. That is...
Someone asking where his barber is. Let's figure this one out. He lives in Sydney now, right?
I'm due a haircut. You due a haircut?
Yeah, I'm due a haircut.
Maybe next week we go get a haircut together.
Okay, let's also talk about League of Legends whilst we're here, Jake.
There's 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Camille versus Nah. I was just mentioning how I don't think Swiper's Camille is looking too crash hot at the moment. Let's see how Paparized fares in the same matchup. There was a lot of gank pressure onto Swiper early in the game from Swathe, though. Did get taken down once and got ganked twice, I believe, overall. So see if Paparized fares the same treatment from Babip. But so far, I think overall, in terms of all Chiefs games, Babip just hasn't been too active on the map. Maybe a game here or there, but he was punished around a little bit by Praelis in week 1.
Game 1 against Praelis was very good.
Yeah.
And then game 2 and 3, did not work out. And I would say against AV, didn't have the best performance either. So I agree with you. One thing I do want to mention is that Paparize is a player that we wanted to watch. Coming out of the OCS, I was excited about him. Now takes a mirror matchup into the veteran of the top lane. No one has played top lane as long as Swiper has within Oceanic League of Legends. And doing the old school rapid star, I beat you on one end of this matchup. He did die at the end of the game, but now I'm going to take the opposite end and beat you again.
You know, my favorite thing about DOS, the Armored Titan, is that he is a tank player, but then he's not just a tank player in League of Legends. When he plays Overwatch, he plays Reinhardt. When he plays a Diablo, he plays the Barbarian. Whatever game DOS is playing, he's playing a tank, and that is great. He just epitomizes His champion all there in everything.
He would play a Dwarven Defender as well.
Love it.
However, as we get into this game between Tectonic and Chiefs, Chiefs are up 1-0. Let's check in with Cyclone and Laura.
Thanks, guys. I'm standing here alongside Cyclone. Now, we've seen the Urgot ban come out a few times since his debut. What are your thoughts on this?
I think that a lot of people just don't want to deal with it because they don't get a lot of practice against it. No one else plays it, as far as I'm aware, so it's just reducing variance on their part, which is smart.
The Chiefs have picked Nunu again this game. Fantic said that he thinks it's too good to pass in this meta. Do you agree with him?
Well, obviously not, because we let them have it. Yeah, we think it's strong and it's scary if it gets past 35 minutes, which the last game did. But we think the game shouldn't have gone that long, so we're hoping to close out before it becomes a problem.
Tectonic had a great early game, but ultimately fell short. What do you want to see coming out of the team in this game?
Yeah, so this game we've picked still pretty similar style, but Cassio is a little bit weaker than Syndra early, so it's probably going to take slightly longer to ramp up. But I think you're going to see a pretty similar playstyle, and hopefully we're a little bit cleaner in the mid-game. Well,
best of luck with this game, and thank you so much for talking to us.
Cheers.
Interesting that he says Cassio is weaker early game, because Cassio's level 2 is by far the best in League of Legends.
Maybe not anymore. Maybe not. Maybe against the minions.
Yep. Maybe
Cassio has to
1v7,
6 minions plus a champion. But the big thing right now I want to talk about is the bot lane. Minion dematerializer on Ali. Level 2 Ali spike. Obviously renowned. Headbutt pulverized combo. I want to see potentially if that's available. It won't be up, I think, just barely. Maybe up by wave 3. So
I think
not
going to
be able to use
the first cannon, which just for Varus reverses all the pressure that Caitlyn's going to be able to put on it.
Yep.
I mean, really the way it goes is as soon as Varus gets some points in his E as well as the ultimate, he's able to pressure the lane very hard. That Minion Dematerializer probably going to make the earlier stages much easier. See, a full clear of bottom side jungle coming out from Sway. This is an interesting clear path because he's going to get 3 buff 100%.
Yep. And he's just committing to it. We see another Infernal Drake on the bot side, so if this is successful, bodes well for Tectonic going further, but
the problem is with this gank is you have to think one of two things. Either, hey, Swaith is jungling really slow, or hey, Swaith is bottom lane, don't go near the brush.
Don't combo in, tilting, hits a creep.
And now they definitely know he's there.
That hurts. Got nothing out of it. Sacrifices his whole topside jungle. Paprice is going to have to play defensive in this top lane matchup and loses the blue buff, loses everything. Oh,
as he's recalling, they go in very aggressive onto low and will be able to get a lot of damage down.
And really nice timing out of Destiny. They did ward that bush, so they saw the second he was disappearing. So Tectonic, because they had 3 people there, were playing up, and Destiny notes on the millisecond that Swaith actually commits to his recall there, goes in for the combo, and Low is unsuspecting. Got caught sleeping there, loses his entire health bar.
You would say that's quite tilting, in fact, as we see Swaith gets his whole topside jungle taken, as well as a Scuttle Crab there, so he has nothing to do.
He's half CS at 4 minutes.
Yep.
That hurts.
And it's going to be more, because there's 3 camps left up and available right now for Mr. Babip. So this game, I would say A+ from the counter jungling Nunu.
This is the game. This is the game where I want to track Babip and his progress in terms of how he transitions this lead. Already has it.
Because now he's very far ahead. Yep. I mean, he is ahead of Swiper as well as equal as his bottom lane in CS, as we see Paprice. Oh, that's a very nice hop out of Swiper.
Does get a bit of return damage there, but fairly equal trade on the 2 top laners. Swiper has built himself a slight CS lead, but you have to think that is entirely expected when Nah has his jungler up there on the early side and Paprice has no one. Loses a few creeps in that range versus melee matchup, so fairly even there, going round 2.
Yeah, exactly right. And this time Paprice actually got a very good end of the trade. Didn't commit fully, however.
Megan are going to pop fairly soon, so probably won't be able to kill him through that one, but have to see. They're about 1/3 through level 5, so level 6s are approaching for the top laners here.
And maybe Camille, one of the few melees that don't want to fight Nah when he's mega. Because generally, if you're a melee champion, the window to attack Nah, for example, Fiora,
when he's squishy,
is potentially when he's big, because you can, riposte his stunned and can't really attack you as quick, whereas he's just annoying. Whereas if you can gap close onto him, when he's squishy, he's much better.
As we do see, as we mentioned before, that Infernal Drake hasn't been touched by either team, but Bip doesn't want to go anywhere near that thing. just yet.
I mean, potentially now he can, because he's already level 5 to a level 4, and Swaith is actually having a very hard time clearing his camps, given he didn't even get white smite this time when he went back.
Not to mention...
Do you call it green
it's
smite?
Green smite.
All right, cool.
It's great. That is absolutely green. That is a more... Look at Babib's items.
The background
that is more green than white. I mean, oh, you're talking about the staff? Or the...
Yeah.
What is that? Is it
a dagger, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it's a white-ish dagger. It's more grey. Yeah. Destiny. Looking for something around the mid
green
lane.
to me is like Cinderhulk, as we see actually engaged down on the bottom lane. That Q is going to miss. However, they still engage onto Raze. Walks forward, will get stunned up, will get pulled back, and will fall down for no! Stopwatch, no trap under it. They flash in, first blood picked up. Now the fight will continue on the back end. You see very nice headbutt pole coming out of Destiny, and he will get the stun as well onto the Caitlyn. However, they're just brawling down here. Swiper's still going, has the level 6, will not be able to get the Mega, however, just continues to go forward, and he flashes backwards, goes back forward, gets headbutted out. Destiny, you're a god. Swiper picks up a double kill.
And the fight is still going on, but Bib's trying to chase down the members of Tectonic. Does he? Oh, he tanks one turret shot, but it's not enough. And that was clutch out of Raze then. Stopwatch. Oh, nice flash out of Destiny. That's a kill.
Yeah. Destiny, take a bow, my friend.
Oh,
that is
he's clean.
Very clean League of Legends.
That was nice. Still has the stopwatch anyway, so if he had to dive, he would have been able to drop aggro. And I hope we get a replay of that fight, because some big things happen. Swiper TP's in and is level 6. Paprise does not have that available there. Raze, stopwatch, clutch on the last second of the auto attack.
I think what happened actually is they both TP'd level 5, but Swiper was there when the kill went down. So he got level 6 off the kill, whereas Varus was already dead by the time Paprise got there, and kills give a lot of experience at this stage of the game.
100%, not to mention Paprise probably would have been out of range of the death of Raze here. So we see this one setting up again now. Zach's ganks pre-6 when he doesn't have levels in his E are pretty poor. So his E is pretty short range. Tilting misses the initial Q, and they're kind of overextending at this point. You see in the river, Babip's coming down fairly slowly. TP start getting channeled, and I think both of them are level 5. We'll be able to check that here. We saw the clutch play out of Raze. Swiper, yes, level 5. Goes down very low. Destiny, double man knockup, but they are committing on the side of Chiefs onto the Zac. They pop the Bloods and don't pick him up there, but Paprise trying to get this kill onto Swiper. Did have the flash, so potentially right here. Could have flashed in for this auto attack right there, but he doesn't. He goes in to hit the creep, gets the ulti, but as you said, clutch out of Destiny, headbutts him out of that ultimatum, but Bib just chasing people down. Basically nets Destiny and the Chiefs another kill on the back end of this fight, and they clean up.
Yeah, that was a strange play out of Paprise, because you could tell he was saying, I'm one creep away from 6, I'm one creep away from 6. Someone kill a creep, and he's like, instead of taking the kill, he's like, I'll just do it myself, and burns a flash to get a creep.
Potentially gave himself another few seconds there, because he does have that invulnerability when he's casting the ulti, but
he doesn't do damage.
Yeah.
There's no one else around.
I think there was about a single frame where he could have flash autoed Swiper, but potentially his auto attack animation wasn't up just yet. So
I mean, Paprise probably knows Camille better than we do, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say it was the right play to go for.
100%. As the game does reset somewhat, as everyone goes back to the lanes, a bit farming up the jungle, still about just under double. CS over Swaith, who's had a very rough early game so far, is just tracking bot side. Only has one camp available, so it might just be going straight. There are on the way pings onto the bot lane of the Chiefs. They have no flashes, no stopwatch on Raze.
You have to expect that's where it goes. This isn't something like Isaiah that wants level 6, very hard to gank. Varus kind of always a sitting duck if he doesn't have the flash available. Especially when you can combo stun into... Oh, they actually get him and see whether they're able to pick it up. Stun goes across. Trap there as well.
Nice.
Will get it. And the in-fly Sway does not actually pick up the little bit of a stun. Instead, they pull back Destiny. And another very clutch Q will come out. They're looking to kidnap Destiny back. We'll have to burn the ultimate. This is a gank that's gone for a very long time, and they get so much for it. And again, Tilting is on point with these Qs.
Yes. But I think he jumped the gun slightly earlier then, used his hop forwards, so Chiefs know what is happening there. Zac does eventually fly in, but Raze and Destiny played that almost perfectly, dodging out of as much CC as possible, dodging around the traps. The ulti out of Raze was perfectly timed for when Swaith landed, so he couldn't walk up, and he couldn't hit him with a gooey hand. Actually, is that even a hand at that point? That came out of his neck.
Yeah, it certainly did. You can see Babip looking for the flash, not able to do it because of miasma. Ward goes down, Babip going to be picked up. You're throwing your hands in the air. Meanwhile, top lane, you see Paprise will be engaged on. Will have to leave his ultimate. Ryoma falling very low. Will fall down, but no damage went across. Just an execute.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts on the side of Paprise. TP will be up fairly soon, but 0-2-0. Not looking good. The Narvas Camille matchup. Pretty rough.
Yeah, it certainly is. But meanwhile, bottom lane, potentially going to be the first turret picked up again because Shock has come across and he's putting some very nice pressure out with his mid laner dead, not losing anything. In fact, denying CS. And first turret again going to go across to Tectonic.
Yeah, Raze and Destiny playing this one very respectful here with Babip being in the base. Running out now, won't make it in time. So they do back off. So they lose the turret, but not their lives. Infernal Drake obviously was picked up by the Chiefs there. Babip found it when he was caught around in the jungle. But can Swiper equalize?
Nah,
Probably
he's not going to be able to in time. In fact, if he sticks around, he might actually die. You can see Paprise approaches very aggressively. That's annoying with Comment. That's
What's
very
annoying, Jake?
the low sweep. One of the most satisfying abilities to use. One of the most annoying to get hit by as Swaith just gets pummeled by a Nunu. That was a Carbon special.
Yeah. He was Carbon's an attack speed Nunu player.
Well, no, wasn't he an AD Nunu player?
Yeah. And you got attack speed from your W.
Yeah. So he used to run around with like a full AD page and just whack you in the head.
He'd just be 1v1ing a Kha'Zix with level 4s. You're like, hey dude, like, you don't expect me to do this much damage?
You can see that Tectonic felt like they were going to lose the top lane turret anyway, so they take some of that tempo. They go swap it to the top side of the map. You can see Spellbook, however, is on the Varus, so potentially he can get a recall and try and get up there in time.
Does have both summoners available, so as you said, can TP. Chiefs equalize the turret trade very slowly here, but Tectonic up on that top side of the map do have Swaith available, and Babip is nowhere to be found. So Doss 1v3 in this situation on the top side. Can he hold his turret? I'm assuming not on the next wave.
He's
but
going to approach,
coming.
but I mean, he did see the Zac go into the river, so he probably thinks he has one wave to clear before he has to back away.
And that's all he needed. That's all he needs for the Moby's Alistar to make his way topside. Raze didn't swap out for the TP, still has the heal, but he's going to walk.
Now I feel like this is just... I mean, I'm 50-50 about plays like that because it worked out for him. Swiper was able to avoid the gank, but he's doing this with absolutely no information. Zac could come in, you got a flash ulti, or floaty as you would like to call it, on the Braum, which is impossible to dodge, can also interrupt your jump. Instead, they go onto Ryoma, shockwaves himself, will not get kidnapped, not used in time, and now everyone is collapsing mid lane. Flash snowball into the ultimate, very nice turnaround ult out of Shock, but he still will fall down.
And the hard commit out of the Chiefs. Both flashes burn from Na and Nunu. Do they get themselves a mid turret? Here we see that Blood Ball going to come up Chomps here, giving the extra AD, so it gives him the attack speed, and the extra AP to be able to whack away with the Orianna autos on the turret.
I mean, Power Evil would be building a Nash's tooth right now if ever I saw one. You can see that Paprise comes across to try and defend this turret. We'll be able to do so. Still big damage going down.
100% down. Because Swiper was in the mid lane, Paprise pushes that one out in the bot side and is able to answer. So they don't lose their turret here just yet. Is very low on the side of the Chiefs. You have to expect they do have the tempo advantage right now. Nunu potentially looking at the dragon. He is.
And this is one of those games where you're like, ooh, pretty even still, like Tectonic doing a good job. However, this game is very close to breaking. If they get a couple of kills, they take top lane turret, they take mid lane turret, map wide open, you got a Nunu, you got Baron spawning in 6 minutes. You probably got about a 4,000 gold lead at that point.
I mean, not to mention you have the Nunu, so you have that Baron threat, you have the scaling threat with the Varus, but you also have Alistar and Gnar. And with the Orianna Shockwave, you have Varus for CC. Your dives are really, really good coming out here. So if this gold lead gets too much, on the Chiefs, if they start picking up these dragons, they already have an Infernal. Here comes an engage.
Yeah, headbutt pole combo from Destiny. Will get stunned up here. Takes a little bit of damage. Trap goes down. Does not activate.
Unfortunately, but then you have to note that dive threat. But even in the 1v1 on the other side of the map, Swiper 4-0-0, completely contrasting his first game.
And I mean, Gna's always, for about the last year, probably been Swiper's best champ.
Yep.
Gnar, Maokai, definitely the two champions that in 2017 he had the biggest impact on.
Actually, I disagree.
What did you like?
I think at any point ever in Swiper's career, I don't care how many years he plays, his best champion will always be Maokai. He doesn't have to play it in Scrim. He doesn't have to play it in solo queue, but Big Swips is Maokai. He's got to be at the top of the list.
I said Gnar, Maokai.
Yeah, I know, but you said Gnar, then Maokai. I just wanted to note that Maokai,
always the best.
He's got that #1 slot on lock 100% of the time, never faltered.
See, the champion that I was actually the most impressed by Swiper last year, maybe not his best, but a champion that very few people played, as ultimate comes out, so we'll have to talk about it later. Headbutt pulverized combo, you can see the ulti comes across, but he targets it at the support, which probably isn't just going to get it done. They get behind the door, and now Tilting is in big trouble. You can see Raze, just really nice orb walking. It's just very nice to watch. Probably won't pick up the kill, but it's therapeutic in a way.
Coming up soon.
Still going for it, gets under the turret, and in fact, they will pick up a kill. Chiefs duo lane. Styling.
Yeah, 100%, 2-0 and 3 coming out of Destiny right now. They get themselves those 2 kills. Probably going to get themselves a turret as well. Destiny's fairly low though, and Swaith is poking his head around the top side, so might be able to defend. Raze 1v1 with the Zac.
Here we go. It's going to be a 1v1 battle. Babip into the middle. You can see they cut off the path of Ryoma, and Babip will fall down. That was intriguing.
Babip! Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, and actually Swaith on the top side of the map is looking to continue his 1v2. Just says, get the heck out of my lane.
And he does, and they do, and they get the heck out of there. But Babip got the heck out of mid lane as well, because he fell down.
So to just finish Swiper's champion pool,
okay.
I respected that he was the only person that played AP Cannon into Nah.
Yep.
He was the only person in the OPL, to my knowledge, that had that counter pick. Chippy's obviously had the Olaf.
Yep.
But Swiper was willing to play something that was not seen in Oceania.
I also love AP Cannon as a champion, just because that champion
just stuffs him though.
Yes, but
he's so fun.
He just has so much game swinging potential. If you get a good engage, like the one Chiefs are looking for right now, Nah TPing behind.
Yeah, and you can see Nah is going to be behind them. He's going to do a lot of damage versus low as well, and Tilting just doesn't seem to think he's there. Ignores him. Now Swiper going to continue to get those procs. Will get stunned up. About to go Mega. See whether he hops forward. Will not go for it. Actually, will go for it. Will continue to chase, and they're going to pick up another kill here. The dive threat from the Chiefs is just way too real.
And that's one the Chiefs prepared earlier. They had that ward in the lane behind when we mentioned Swaith was saying, get the heck out of my lane. They do place that ward cheekily behind them there, and they get that TP flank. That's 2 kills for free. But Bip is on the Rift Herald right now, picking up big advantages. Swiper 5-0-1 right now. Also 20 CS up in the side lane matchup, and he's got to catch this wave as well.
This is the best game that Swiper's played this year so far. Obviously, small sample pool. What's this, number 7 for him? But definitely his best game by a long shot. Actually, 7's not that small of a sample pool. Ignore everything I said.
I mean, when it's against only 3 teams, I feel like it's fair enough to be that's a small enough sample size.
Chippy's Pabu now Paprise. He's played against mainly carry tops. Back. Cool. As we see a gank into the mid lane, means Swaith is just going to have to stroll out of that turret. Actually has to flash because Swiper is on his way over. You can see they actually turn around, go for the fight, see whether he goes for the kidnap or whether he just dies way too quickly. And Cassiopeia says, sorry, mate, I just can't do anything about it. And 6-0-1 and a big grin on Swiper's face.
Feeling good about that one. Another kill to his name. He's just getting all of them. It's actually Swiper and Destiny. Destiny on the alley has more kills than either of his carries.
But he deserves those.
Yeah, actually he did. He's gotten kills that especially the one in the bot lane that nobody had access to. So here comes the Rift Herald. Can they get this inner turret? Cassio does a good job at defending, but when you have that Alistar with ulti available, it's a lot of dive threat coming out. Shockwave as well.
It certainly is. However, at the same time, Braum, pretty good anti-dive champion. You don't want to jump into that guy. Puts the door up, able to get a good ultimate across. And traps are just... Not at this stage, they're not like really annoying, but traps are still just a nuisance.
They are annoying, but they're not necessarily
impenetrable like they were last game.
Yeah, 100%. When you get 5 around an inhib turret, which is a smaller choke than that of the mid lane as well, potentially very difficult. They also pulled Papyrus from the side lane as well, so they had that numbers advantage.
I mean, so we might have a little bit of a lull. So if you are running into Caitlyn, we've seen it a couple of times. How do you get around her traps? What's the idea? How do you approach those turrets?
It's a multi-step process, right? You set up, let's say you want to set up a split push. So you commit to the side lane, and then you force her to set up your traps, and then you just go to another lane. Okay. She won't have them back up. Yep. She might have 1 or 2, but she won't have all 5, and that's really the problem. You don't care if there's a trap here or there. You only care if the entire wave is blocked off and you actually can't get through. So in terms of professional play, they just set up on one turret and then move to another one and float their pressure around. So that's how you get around that
what we saw game 1. They had the defensive traps bottom lane, so they went mid then top. See whether that is something that we see again this game out of the Chiefs Esports Club. Certainly no stranger to Caitlyn. In fact, Raze, when he played it, was probably the best Caitlyn on the server, was known for his Caitlyn and his Ezreal.
Yeah, especially as soon as he joined the Chiefs, his Caitlyn in that Brisbane finals popped off.
Zeratul, as he was known as back then. Throwback Thursday, even though it's a Saturday.
TBT.
And even though it was only 2 years ago, so really not all that much of a throwback, really.
Yeah, also fun fact, the name Raze is actually an anagram for ears.
Is that how he came up?
Did you know that one?
I did not know that.
It's for ears. I mean, Quinn's got big ears, and that's what he named himself Raze, because it's an anagram for ears.
That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, hell yeah. Also, Raze is one of those nice, succinct names, but it's not... You know how all the Koreans, they have English names like Faker or
Mimic.
Crown, Mimic. They all have like these mono, duo-syllabic words that sound real cool, and then you just have like Raze.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you've got Swiper 3 Unfortunately, doesn't have the same ring to it, but a bit getting another dragon for his team. That's got to be 3 so far for the Chiefs. Bit of a mixed bag, but a pretty good mixed bag, I would say.
Can I finally say Storm, Earth, and Fire? Is Ocean? No, you really need
It
an
can
air,
be
don't
Storm.
you?
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm not sure it passes.
Okay.
I'm sure people at Twitter will roast me for it.
Yeah,
I
okay.
went for it 3 weeks in a
You've
row,
tried.
so I'm really trying here, guys. I'm not getting any help from the client, as Baron now will become the primary focus for the Chiefs Esports Club. And really, this game from Tectonic has been stark contrast to game number 1.
100%. And it should be a fairly easy Baron to execute for Chiefs. They have the side lane pressure already, and they're ahead in the 4. They have the Earth Drake, so they do it fairly quickly. They're clearing out the vision on the top side right now, so they're basically winning all facets of the map.
Yep.
Tectonic will find it very difficult to contest. They will be interested to see if they do, and it looks like they are. They're actually going on the top side. There's the school of thought where you know you're going to lose that Baron anyway. You just look to get a pick onto Swiper in the side lane, get that shutdown gold, potentially get access to one side of the map. You're going to lose a big objective, but you're like, hey, I'm going to lose it anyway.
And also means that Swiper won't have the Baron buff, which when he's winning by this much is actually a massive deal. Because the creep's probably the only thing from stopping Swiper running over the map right now.
Yeah, 100%. In a 1-4 comp, if one member of the 4 doesn't have it, then who cares? Because everybody else does, and they buff up the creeps. But if you take it away from the side laner, that makes Pap Rise's job infinitely easier. He's still a whole item down. But I mean, last game in this matchup, right here on your screen was where the reverse matchup got killed a whole item down. It's 2-1 instead of 3-2 items, but
not backing on a ward right now. I was going to say he just went mini and he's only half health, so potentially was the opportunity to look for it, but will not be the case.
Unfortunately not. Chiefs playing this one fairly slow. They don't have a lot of engaged tools other than the Alistar, I guess.
So is there a way for Tectonic to get back into this game, or do you feel like this one's going to become an inevitability? Obviously, hate to call a game before it's over, but unless there's a monumental mistake, is there really a proactive play they can look for?
I mean, it's about execution of a dive, basically, from both sides. Chiefs, at some point, they will have this Baron buff, and they will set up on the inhib.
Oh, actually, maybe they won't. He gets a 2-man ulti onto Raze as one of the carries. Will not be able to complete that stun, however, Bip going very low. Good shockwave onto low. Will have to flash out. And you can see Swiper continues this chase forward. Is not Meganar, and maybe that is the saving grace. They get the TP off Swiper, and they get a reset on the Baron. And that is just a reset for Tectonic. As you said, Baron resets, but they also lose the Bip. He doesn't go down, but he's just so low, so Chiefs can't set that one up. The map will reset somewhat. They'll be able to set up their side lanes again, and they're just buying themselves time. Yeah, exactly right. So you could see neither top laner had any real impact in that fight. Was mini. Swiper mini, Pap Rise. Got a Trinity Force and a Vamp Scepter. Yeah, 5v5 does not want to walk into that one. Here you go. Post 1 in Twitch chat for Storm, post 2 in Twitch chat for Ocean, or tweet your preference at SpawnLol. I'm just going to get roasted by every WoW player out there. That's all that's going to happen here. Mate. They are. Yeah, unfortunate, but that's all right. But in terms of delaying, I just said Tectonic did, but unfortunately they lose every summoner from their bot side. So Low has nothing to his name, neither does Tilting. To be fair, if they're going to start up Baron, I would argue that Ray's not having summoner spells is worse. Potentially, because if he gets kidnapped from the Zac, that is so much their damage gone. And I mean, Ryoma as well is in the same position, no summoners. So yeah. So potentially look for Shock and Swathe to be able to take over this fight, because kidnap into something like a Miasma in this game means it's going to be very hard to walk out of. I mean, we did see Kidnap into the Braum ulti there, but unfortunately the ulti was slightly too soon, so they didn't get the knock-up. He does layer over the slow. But if you can get that perfectly timed, Kidnap, a Braum ulti, you have Miasma, they just can't go anywhere. And you'll just blow people up, to be honest. Oh, and they actually go onto Raze, get the slam there. Where is it? Actually gets stunned up and will not be able to complete the combo. And Swathe, I feel like, just did not pull the trigger. Actually, he didn't have it. So maybe it just goes too early and he's going to get blobbed. And they're going to be able to take down Tilting as well, and Impatience out of the Tectonic lineup. And that's just disrespect, to be honest. Chiefs had 4 members there, and Cassiopeia is clearing the wave in the top side. Swathe pulls the trigger, potentially thinking that Raze is just alone, as Tilting is eventually going to go down. This is actually good, though. He's wasting a lot of time. Yep, he is. I mean, I feel like when you've got 20 seconds on the jungler, you just go to Baron. You waste about 15 seconds. However, still probably going to be Baron going across. Yeah, still going to be able to pick this one up. I don't think without a front line, any of the carries from Tectonic are going to be contesting. But yes, Swathe, questionable engage there coming out. He saw Raze was theoretically alone, but you don't see anyone in the side lane from the Chiefs except for Nar in the put
boss,
himself in a pool.
And then he didn't have it.
Didn't have it.
He hit him with a double fist. He lands the Q and then punches the same person anyway, so couldn't even get any CC on the back of that one. Ali comes in, frontlining for Raze, knocks a few people up, and they do get themselves 2 kills, get themselves a Baron. And that's a 7k gold lead for the Chiefs. We'll see this one again. He does. He double fists it there. Tilting goes in, but there's literally one carry threat right now, and he can't even auto-attack. Low is not hitting anyone. So the tanks, Zac and Braum, aren't going to do anything by themselves. Woe is farming the wave because he can't do anything. And here comes Shock on the left-hand side of your screen here. Can't even get into the fight. He's about 10 seconds too late. It's just done.
I mean, the problem is that if Woe approaches, gets hit by a shockwave because he has no summoners, or gets hit by even a snowball at that point, he's going to get chased down and die as well. So it's not his fault he's not hitting anyone.
It was just a mistimed engage, 100%. They shouldn't have gone on that one, but they do. Lose 2 members, lose the Baron. 7k gold lead. Chiefs going to slowly march all their waves into the base of Tectonic here. Ryoma cleaning up that top side. Tectonic need to be looking for a pick right now, in my opinion.
Yep.
Chiefs are going to get these inner turrets. There's not one in the bot lane, but the other 2 lanes, yes. It is an inevitability, but whilst they do this, and whilst they are split up, a man advantage on the side of Tectonic can account for some of the gold leads, so they do need to be looking for things, potentially looking for members of Chiefs as they do transition.
Especially given teleport not up and available for Swiper. I mean, potentially look to sack a bottom inhibitor or something like that.
I mean, just sack this turret right now. If Zac goes mid, they can potentially get an engage onto the Narc. Camille can lock him down. They will take a long time to die on the side of Swiper. He pops Mega, he's got that Randa wins Tabby and the health from Black Cleaver, throws a mallet, but they lost that turret anyway. They're all 4 standing around the turret top.
And now they're going to look for maybe a 5v5 team fight. Sway just stretches it out, doesn't go for it. And I feel like Tectonic, now they're 9,000 gold behind. They're falling into the now war. It's going to be even harder situation.
Destiny is a very large cow right now. Got himself an elixir of iron, and they do have the ball on top of him just a moment ago. Has that flash available. So the dive threat coming out from the Chiefs is huge right now. So Tectonic, if they do bunch up, I expect to see Destiny pull the trigger, and Chiefs will go at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, they certainly will, but they're just still jockeying from lane to lane. If we can get a look at their gold, they must have just picked up a fair amount because they took all 3 outers. 1,800 on the carries, 1,500 on Swiper. I feel like this is nearly a hard reset perspective. Maybe look for 1 or 2 more Baron up waves before you go for it. But if you've got 6,000 gold in your bank and you're 10,000 gold up, that means really you're only 4,000 gold up in the lead.
But we have mentioned how good the dive out of the Alistar Orianna combo is, but on the other side, you do have Miasma, you have the Braum shield, Caitlyn traps. It is fairly hard.
Cassio ult.
Yeah, Cassio ult. It's fairly hard. They're looking for Swiper here, low and tap rise.
Yeah, we actually said this is the lane to attack, and they'll be able to get Swiper. Will not pick up the kill, does get a heal out, but no response from the Chiefs. And the 4 had reset, and the 1 overstays and gets picked off.
Yeah, and that's shutdown gold as well. Going over to Tectonic, so that's a big deal. From 6-0 to 6-1 now. Swiper still has that 50 CS lead in the 1v1 matchup, but the Ocean Drake going to go over to Chiefs as well.
Swiper's gone back and got himself a BF sword.
What's that? GA?
I mean, I just hope it's a Bloodthirster.
Just go IE.
Nah, Bloodthirster's way better.
Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely. And I don't think that was ever up for debate. Just, I'd like to see him in the reverse matchup styling.
PD, maybe he just sells his stopwatch right now, gets himself a PD, and then goes IE.
We're actually almost 30 minutes into the game, and Swiper still has his stopwatch.
Well, to be fair, he hasn't had to use it. He was only getting kills, and in that one, stopwatch ain't doing diddly squat for you.
He would just blow it and then die anyway, but it's pretty interesting. You don't see that fairly often.
Can you, like, stopwatch halfway through your Gnar ulti? You know how you could, like, Zac emote and, like, Zhonya's and stuff?
Yes, do the running man. Yeah, then would that bug you out? And then every time you would, what's the bug when like Zac comes flying in with his E, but unfortunately like the animation.
That was when you used to laugh at the same time. You would just run. It was real annoying.
I back that so hard. That is such a good.
But you are such an annoying player.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean that in the most like. Did you see Fishes of Arch last night at the LPL?
Yep, love it. Absolutely love it. It's Chiefs. Same setup as they had before, but this time they do not have Baron. Got themselves an extra dragon, but it's just going to be a 1-3-1 for the most part. You were saying last game, Orianna not too fond of a side lane, but when your allies are so close, they just want to get the waves in.
Yeah, certainly do. I mean, at this stage of the game, I still feel like if Cassio ever gets her in an extended trade, can chase her down, but is looking for the pick bottom lane again.
Yeah, as you say, he is looking for that pick, but unfortunately Swiper does respect it for the most part here, so she has to recall to defend that top lane.
And without Baron buff, this is a hard push in because Shock is still very, not fed, but he's like on pace as Cassio.
Yep.
And they've still got themselves a pretty good lineup as we see Sway has to flash.
Loses that, that's going to be a big deal.
Sway seems to be on a different page to the rest of the team.
And I don't think Chiefs are actually looking to crack the base here. Baron's spawning in 2 minutes, but if you look at the state of the map, they're just clearing out the camps in the jungle. Red buff on both sides is available, but they're just pushing in all the waves and just dodging the engages by Tectonic. They just want to keep Tectonic in the base, for this next about a minute and a half here.
Yep.
So they have no vision around the Baron. Chiefs just going to back off when it's spawned, pick that one up, and then once they do have the Baron, if they haven't found themselves a window to break the base already in this time frame, they will then. And
I feel like the one lane they could crack is going to be that bottom lane. Unless multiple members go towards Swiper, in which case you can break mid lane or top lane. Swiper should be able to take this one by himself.
He's slowly getting that chip damage. As the camera panned down there before, we saw it at about 1/4.
Yep, certainly
it
is. However, will back away, get himself a red buff. I like that in the extended trade. Red buff for the health regen, even though you have a Fromo, is very, very nice. And it looks like it is just going to be that Baron play you spoke of, so good disciplined play out of the Chiefs.
Yep, definitely no more Nexus diving like we saw in week 1. Chiefs has cleaned it up a little bit. Potentially Fantix gave his team a right smacking for that one.
Yeah, I'm allowed to do it. None of you guys are allowed to do it, says Fantix.
I'm the sub.
Do as I say, not as I do. My dad always used to say that.
I hate that saying.
Do you really?
Saying. Yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good.
There you go, John Tiberi. Egypt's just called you out.
But we do see Chiefs get a bit of a reset, so that is the opportunity that Tectonic have to get some vision around the Baron very tentatively. Obviously, they have no control already, so they don't know if Chiefs are setting up some sort of Fnatic bush. And
against a Cassiopeia with Abyssal Mask, and against a Zac with an Adaptive Helm, we actually don't have any magic penetration. Really picked up for Ryoma. He's got himself an Abyssal.
He's going deep.
Has got himself a Leandry's. He's going Death Cap. That's what I was going to mention. Normally an item we do not see unless it is like very last and the game is going for a long time. Versus a very gold efficient pickup from Shock here.
They'll be doing comparable damage. 100%. Orianna obviously a lot more up front. Paprise has to flash.
Yeah, ulti did come out of range. You can see Swiper going to follow up. Actually goes for it. Yeah, Low just bailed on him because there's a fight in the mid lane and they actually get raised. You say, what's Low doing? He's winning a team fight for his team. Babip has to flash out. And Swaith is going to continue chasing here. Onto Babip. Will be able to get the punch. No, he's just getting slowed by Swiper, who goes Mega, overshoots the mark, however, throws the jungler back. And you can see that they're still going for this. Swiper gets stunned up. In goes Ori, as you mentioned. Shockwave is blocked out there, but the junglers both fall down. And that's an equal team fight in what was a pick-off by Swiper.
And Chiefs should not be trading in this situation. Look at the gold lead right now. 8K was probably 10K before that one happened. Raze just gets picked up. We'll get a replay of that because we didn't quite see it. I was critiquing Low, not even healing Paprise or anything. They just walk past as he dies to Swiper, but Swaith must have got the engage onto Raze.
And no AD carry, and they still go towards Baron. If this is spotted out, with the AD carry, with the mid laner, with the support left up and alive, this is a very 50-50 fight. Teleports are coming in.
One more for the Chiefs, though. Raze does not have one because he has a spell book.
Here we go. Combo there. However, they can't follow up Destiny because of the miasma. He takes so much damage. Paprise, however, getting chunked out on the back end. Baron will reset. Raze tries to retether. However, Mega Gnar is falling off.
Shockwave is the only thing that's available right now as the follow-up to the alley, though. They didn't have Gnar ulti. They did not have the Varus ulti. They were just coming off cooldown as we see this one again. Swaith gets the kidnap onto Raze. Unfortunately, I think he didn't have flash, and there you go. The combo you talked about into miasma, into the Brawl multi, forces the flash out of both Destiny and Babip. That's a big deal to get it off Destiny. Swaith, you mentioned a little bit of a feels bad right now, just getting kited around. Swiper does pick up the kill on the back end of that, but also Ryoma coming into that fight, he flash shockwaved over the red wall, so loses his flash as well in a fight the Chiefs didn't even necessarily win. They just traded.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I never thought I would say this in a professional game. If I'm Raze, I'm going like heal cleanse. Heal barrier. I can't flash ever. There's just no way to dodge that combo as soon as the miasma goes down.
Yeah.
Just get some shields, buddy. Try and live through it.
Here's Hex Flash, mate. You can start. Actually, no, you can't even charge it. Zac will mock you up. Get rid of that one. Absolutely not. I'm surprised he hasn't gone more defensive, to be honest.
I would have expected a barrier.
Okay.
Because Cleanse not really going to do all that much into miasma, but Barrier, if you stay alive and if you just start getting some auto attacks off, potentially you can do some damage. Really, that's the only thing I can critique from him.
Yep.
Swiper going to
snowball.
Solo out an Infernal Drake. Sorry to cut you off. But
is it Infernal then? It is.
Pretty big deal. Double Infernal.
Yeah. Absolutely. When you have something like the Shockwave from the Orianna, that upfront burst.
Actually, that's really the only champion that it helps.
Yeah.
Is Ori. Attack speed. On here.
Caught.
Yeah, this is actually a 4v5, however, because Swiper isn't there. Actually, neither is the top lane. Zac onto the back line, misses everyone. And Low is marching forward. Shock is there, but they just cannot get the damage through the Chiefs' front line. Shockwave hula hoops, but they're still able to continue this fight. You can see Shock just continually pumping in damage into the back line. Swiper falls down to Mini Gnar. Potentially they can look for a re-engage. However, they might just settle for giving up another Baron and hoping to stall out this game.
And you'd think that a choke would be good for the Chiefs. They have that Varus ulti spreading and the Shockwave, but not when it fizzles. Shock on the back end of that fight doing so much damage, but do Chiefs get the Baron anyway?
Yeah, they have to. There is no way without a jungler against a Nunu that you can really contest this. You can see trying to get a cheeky mid lane turret instead. However, Ryoma goes, catches the wave, and the Chiefs are going to look to push in, and they want to close out this game.
That slow laner from Swiper there, Tilting, could have been in a bit of trouble there. Was caught out at the start of that team fight, but did not go down. Only the other members of his team. Low, still dead for 8 seconds, same with Swathe, so they have some time on this inhib turret for free, the Chiefs.
Yeah, and they're going to be able to take it. I mean, at the same time, they're going to be able to pick up the inhibitor, and because no one yet is back, they can potentially just walk top lane, but will not. Will reset the map. Tectonic, they're holding on by the skin of their teeth. They are still scaling. However, the Chiefs, for the majority of this game, I mean, you can tell by the Dragons, they've just had control of the map.
That is that's a mixed bag, and it's a very large bag of Dragons there. They've got 5 in there. They do reset the map right now. A lot of their important flashes are coming up. You have that alley flash. Nunu, not so much, but you have the Orianna and the Nara as well. So in terms of diving the base, they've already broken mid lane, but in terms of breaking those side lanes, the alley flash and the Nara in terms of that combo will be huge.
The good news for Tectonic is Swiper will no longer get any stronger. The bad news for Tectonic is Swiper has 6 items.
He's very strong.
35 minutes into the game.
I mean, his GA's down, so he's got 5.5.
Okay. Yep.
In terms of gold efficiency, that item is definitely balanced around its
positive ball strikes again.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him. You know, I want to see them get a win. I want this to go to 3 games, because I mean, like, I don't think they will win, but if they do win this, like game 1 looked promising. If they can clean this up.
I mean, you feel with how many half games they've put together.
Yep.
They deserve to get a good early and mid game.
I want the
at
early
the same
game
time.
from this one, and then I want the late game from this one over here. Put them together, and we won that one.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that's not how League Ops treats the competitive state of League of Legends for Tectonic, but I mean, beggars can't be choosers here.
Who was the beggars in these situations?
Tectonic, they haven't got to win.
Okay, I thought you meant us. I was like, what are we begging for?
This
is good.
Oh, Quinn checks it.
Oh, checks it. Gets knocked up. Gets the flash out of it and takes him the other way. Swathe, you're going the wrong way, buddy. We'll get blobleted. We'll fall down. That's going to be a kill picked up by Roma. At bottom lane, that 6-item Nah is just continually marching forward.
I mean, it's a 13k goalie right now, so Tectonic are looking desperate, and that was absolutely a desperation play. He was hoping to get behind them, but you have to think, multiple times this game, Swathe has just been engaging without the team, without the follow-up behind him there. Paparazzi going fairly low.
Oh, Swiper hops over the wall. Door will come up. Will start getting stunned out, and he potentially will fall down. Shutdown for Paparazzi, and he will make his grand escape. Tilting now being chased out by the most annoying chase combo in the world, a cow and a whatever the heck Nunu is.
A Yeti. A cow and a Yeti it is.
Shockwave there. Oh, that is nice. No follow-up because he broke the tether. Would have been style points, but not going to be happening. And it will be Tilting getting back to Fountain, so potentially this is going to be a 4v5.
Yeah, they do.
If Swathe comes back up alive, I feel like the Chiefs have to leave.
Yeah, they do have that 4v5 advantage, but then Swiper going down evens it out. Swathe coming back up means they can't push. They do have Shockwave available, but Destiny wanted it right then and there. Didn't get it because Ryoma was out of range, so they break one turret with the Nexus.
And I feel like they're really playing with fire here. In goes Sway. Gets headbutt pulled. Will fall down again. Shockwave only hits the tanks. This might be the time for the fight. Big Cassiopeia into stun. And they're trying to shred through the tanks. It's just not happening. Babip does fall down. And now Raze is marching towards the last remaining Nexus turret.
And this is a fight of Shock versus Rage. Who can do more damage? They're both shredding away the front line. It looks like Chiefs, despite having 3 inhibs, will back off.
But they're just going to go again. They're going to keep throwing themselves at the Chiefs members.
No.
Does not land. The ultimate comes across, and you can see the Raze is just dancing around. He will fall down, and Tectonic hold the base one more time.
He used his cleanse as well, so blows that summoner and goes down. Raze, not disciplined there, does fall down. Another 50 seconds where Chiefs won't be able to look for an end.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, 3 inhibs on one end for Tectonic is 3 waves of free farm. On the other end for the Chiefs is double super minions crashing and potentially chance to end.
What's the positive poll of Jake Spawn Tiberian?
I don't know. I'm not normally
like
positive.
Jolly Jake or
you're
something?
I like Jolly Jake. You just rub it off on me, Bryce.
Okay.
Just, you know. Fish was always a cynic. Having a very positive co-caster is it's an enlightening state of mind for me.
We're popping right now. The Braum going for the double Aegis items here. Got himself the Locket, but also going for the Zeeks. Trying to buff up probably the Cassiopeia.
Is it going to be Zeeks? Or is it going to be Banner to try and just stop a wave and start a slow push?
I mean, I feel like in this situation, they have so much control on the map on the side of Chiefs, and they also have an AD split pusher, so...
Oh no, it's 3.
3 what?
Inhibitors down, and they're about to get a 5
that
dragon,
is a big
double Infernal Elder.
Yeah, this is going to be rough. Chiefs already messed up the end once with Swiper going down.
The thing is you have to go fight it. You have no teleport, so you can't hold them out, the super creeps out of your base. Like, you can't give that up.
And I mean, Chiefs right now, they have about an 11,000 gold lead. I want to see if they do play it disciplined and play it safe, or if they just like, look, we're ahead, we're all popping 6 items right now, we're just going to fight you. Because if Tectonic choose to fight this one, Chiefs are just going to be like, nope, just back off, walk away. The inhibs, the super creeps are going to be pushing into the base, and there's only one Nexus turret.
And they don't choose to fight it.
They don't. When do they fight? Because now this is a double Infernal.
I mean, not in the next 2.5 minutes. Is what you
really
hope if you're Tectonic.
You'd really hope not, but Ali doesn't have flash right now, but Nah does, and they have 3 inhibs. They're just going to waddle all these little creeps. No Baron available right now.
If this is my solo queue game, I'm really hoping that Ryoma DCs for the duration of his Elder Drake. I don't know what else you're hoping for right now. Obviously not going to happen here. They march into the base, they take down the respawn inhibitor, and you have to go soon because you cannot allow Elder Dragon plus double super minions to come into the base.
At that point, the minions just win the game. You have 1 turret. You have to be able to force. Swaith has been forcing for the good part of this match here. Chiefs just marching in all their waves, playing it fairly patiently right now.
Raze has both summoner spells left available. The benefit of having Spellbook in the late game is certainly coming out. Nothing available for low. And you can see that the super creeps are here.
Here it comes.
And there's a trap line set up, but you just can't defend your turret.
Miasma's down, so they don't have access to that anymore. Raze has not found an auto attack onto the turret yet.
And the Chiefs, I mean, they're just going to escort all the minions in. They're not, that was one wave and it got a third of the health. That's the second wave, it's down to another third. They go onto Raze, they look for it, slap him back, looking for the kidnap. However, he'll flash away, get a nice ultimate out, and Tilting is getting shredded. Swiper into the front line, does not get a very big Mega Knight, but that shockwave is massive. We'll be able to pick up a triple kill for Raze in his first game back. They want the pentakill for him. They're going to continue to chase. Low healed. It's just going to continue to kite away. Headbutt pole. They give it over to Raze. That's the Quadra. Where is the Zac? Can they get in time, or will they just look to win the game? It looks like Swiper does not want...
No.
He's 80 carried again. The Chiefs pick up a 2-0, and it's only a Quadra kill for Raze.
Chiefs playing against the clock for the minions there. Can't quite get it because they were ending the game, and that last team fight was just gold lead. Chiefs didn't even have to do anything miraculous there. They just had to march all the waves in like we saw, and they pick up the win. But Bip not looking happy there.
I mean, Swiper is kind of gritty, but Bip is head in hand.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say distraught because he has a chuckle at the end, but I would say maybe contemplating what could have gone differently that game.
Contemplating the Nunu. Very different game 1 to 2. From,
Destiny and Swiper, by the way, I feel very good for each other and very bad for everyone around them.
What do you mean?
They just... Have you seen their Instagram stories, the gym and like...
they're gym bros.
They've just got like the same goofy grin now. Like, I feel like they're on the same wavelength. Tectonic, I mean, their best performance so far across 2 games. They played 2 pretty consistent games, but...
Unfortunately, still it's just another 0-2. That's 3 weeks of the same thing from Tectonic.
Ball.
Unfortunately, they can't pick that one up there. But I mean,
positive ball.
No. Get rid of it. Get it off the screen. Why are you doing this to me? But I want to say, the 2 starkly different games from the top side of the Chiefs, right? But Bip game 1 looked a bit rough, I think. And then game 2 looked much better when he counter jungled. Zac went for that early gank, and then he just took control of the jungle matchup from that. And then Swiper, obviously, Camille game looking real rough. And then in the reverse matchup on the Nah into the Camille looking real good. So I think they definitely turned it around in different ways.
Yeah, I think that for me, Bip in the second game just took less risks. And what Nunu's whole early game is about is that you're so tanky, you get so much health from your consume that you can run in and you can take very low risk plays that get you steady incremental leads. And if you take 7 of them in the early game, being the camps, then you're just up such a significant amount. And that kept Swaith out of this game. And the big difference was Swaith didn't really gank many lanes. He got bottom lane once, I think. But they didn't really win that.
Yeah, he pulled off that 1 gank, and that was kind of it. And then he was just so far behind, was down in levels of his E, so he couldn't actually get successful ganks off elsewhere. So pretty rough out of him, and really just struggled to find avenues in. And then the entire game, basically from 20 minutes onwards, he was looking kind of desperate, right? That engage onto Raze in the mid lane, got onto the Varus, but it's like, okay, I have a Braum with me, and Caitlyn's autoing every second, like every third proc. So
and that's kind of I don't want to say it's a solo queue mentality, but what I'm going to say it is a hard mentality to get into playing pro play, which is if you're behind, it doesn't necessarily mean your team's behind. Cassiopeia and Caitlyn were scaling nicely into that game, and Swaith was the impatient one, when as the tank, your job in that situation is probably just to let them scale up.
That's what tanks do. They just facilitate for the carries. You frontline, you CC, you tank the damage so that they can do damage. So if your carries are fine, then yeah, you have to critique him on that one. Yeah,
certainly do. However, that will be a Chiefs 2-0 pickup. However, we do have one of the members standing alongside with Laura for a bit of a post-game interview.
Thanks, guys. Choo Choos and I are joined here by Ryoma. First of all, congratulations on that win. How did you find it going up against Tectonic? Because they put up a pretty strong fight, especially in that first game.
Actually, I thought they played pretty well. I think Shock played pretty well. I was kind of shocked. Yeah, he's a pretty good mid laner. He's improved a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking you picked Orianna. You blind picked her the first game. What's going on there?
They're just banning all my champions.
Because I mean, I have versed your Orianna a couple times with solo queue, and you have been dominating me a fair bit. So I was really happy to see that you blind picked it. Did you know that they saw you in game 1? You hit it like a game-winning Orianna ult near the Baron pit.
Oh yeah, the Caitlyn one.
Yeah, it called the Caitlyn. Did you know that they actually saw you?
Oh really?
They saw you, but then you still snuck in.
I didn't think they had vision on me, honestly.
Yeah. How was it with Raze back in the team?
Quinn's actually really good. He calls stuff that like you wouldn't see, like really clutch calls. He's really good at doing that, and like it's really like especially I think when we got Baron, I think he just called Baron and we just did it, and like it was pretty
Oh, we've heard that
it was just like they didn't contest, which is good. He's just a good caller.
We've heard that he's pretty vocal in the team.
Yeah,
was he,
he's really dominating.
Was he ramping up during that that quadro kill?
We wanted to give him the Penta, but
you'd ruin Swiper's KDA. Swiper had like a 10 KDA and then he died once and he got picked, and you guys had to wait like another 7 minutes to end the game, and I don't know. I mean, the Pentacle would have been good. A question I have for you is, what's it like playing with Leo again? Going from Challenger to Sin, and now playing on Chiefs together.
I think I've always seen Leo as like young, like a jungle, like hidden talent. I think he's really good. I think he's got probably like the best mechanics on the server for jungle.
Ooh.
Or best mechanical jungler.
Do you reckon you two are the best dynamic duo? Yeah? Okay.
Both mechanics.
Okay. Next week, you'll be going up against Legacy. It's the old classic OPL rivalry. Do you have any thoughts on that series?
Yeah, I think Legacy's new roster is actually pretty good. I think it's better than the last year's roster. Even though I think Lawrence was really good. I think their roster this year is actually doing really well. And I think it will be a pretty interesting series. I think we'll win though.
Of course you do.
Have to be confident. Well, congratulations once again on today's win. Last week, we got to see Swiper go up against Carbon in our 1v1 takedown. But this week, we had two old teammates, Triple and Blinky, go head-to-head on the Rift. So, after we take a look at some highlights, we're going to see who took the crown in Episode 2 of our Hungry Jacks 1v1 takedown.
Will get pulled back and will fall down for no! Stopwatch, no trap under it. They flash in, first blood picked up, now the fight will continue. Continues to go forward, and he flashes backward, goes back forward, gets headbutted out. Destiny, you're a god. Swiper picks up a double kill. Oh, and they actually go onto Raze, get the slam there. Where is it? Actually gets stunned up and will not be able to complete the combo. And Swaith, I feel like, just did not pull the trigger. Actually, he didn't have it. Swiper, who goes mega, overshoots the mark, however, throws the jungler back. And you can see that they're still going for this. Swiper gets stunned up. In goes Ori, as you mentioned. Shockwave is blocked out there, but the junglers both fall down. Shockwave full of hoops, but they're still able to continue this fight. You can see Shock just continually pumping in damage into the backline. Swiper falls down to Mininar. Tilting is getting shredded. Swiper into the front line, does not get a very big Mega Knife, but that Shockwave is massive. We'll be able to pick up a triple kill for Raze. It looks like Swiper does not want... No, he's 80 carried again, and the Chiefs pick up a 2-0, and it's only a quadra kill for Raze.
Back when I was in Avant, we were looking for an AD, and when there was like not many options, so kind of had to go with him, right?
Honestly, when they told me I was versing a Direwolves player, I was hoping it'd be someone hard to verse, but Triple was going to be pretty easy.
If I lose this match, I think the Direwolves, Rippy, they're going to disown me. They're going to be super disappointed. I'm going to be shipped back to Avant.
I'd be ecstatic if I won. I'm expecting it, but I'd still feel good.
Alright.
Alright. Good luck, man.
Would you have to see me first.
Yeah, no, we're allowed to speak.
Hey, what's going on?
Hello, sir. How are you? Wait. Alright, I'm ready.
Well, you're gonna make a joke, weren't you?
Yeah, I'll make it soon. Hold up. So, okay, I just want to make it clear that this is not my keyboard and mouse, and I actually can't click. So I'm making excuses.
Dude.
But it's a real excuse.
You're already preparing excuses for when you lose.
No, because if I win, then I'm better for using gear that's not mine, right?
No, that's not how it works.
Is that not how it works? Like, I'm pretty
works.
confident that's how it works. So they told me I was going to verse a Direwolves player, right?
Oh, yeah?
And I was hoping they'd give me a good one, but then they gave me you.
What? So it's actually not even good.
I'm happy that I got to verse one of the worst Direwolves players.
So how long did it take you to think about that one?
Like a minute and a half.
A minute and a half.
Yeah. Which is how long it's going to take me to beat you. Wait, what? Oh.
These keys...
These keys are not... Bug?
No, yeah, it's bugging. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, they gave me you as a player, and I was pretty happy. I was like, maybe I could verse someone good, but... Oh. Wait, this sucks! This game sucks!
So you had one joke.
Wait!
You're just gonna keep repeating that one joke.
Okay, let's make a joke then, go.
I don't have any jokes for you, man. Alright.
I'm about to get GG.
The level 6, you're about to go down. Okay. You know it's coming as well. You can't... You gotta play around it, man. Alright, come on, man. Oh my goodness. What, did you...
Good luck getting level 6 now, bro.
Just not click your...
Yeah, I didn't click W.
Just not feel like auto-attacking?
Yeah.
Man. Man.
Alright. Are you ready for this?
No, I'm actually not. This is... It's gonna take... I'm actually gonna...
This game sucks!
No! What? You can't believe that hit me. Hey, come on, man.
Alright, I'm glad we agreed to no basing.
I'm not. I'm literally dead to a Q here. Be scared of.
Oh no. Wait, I'm dead.
Oh my...
No! I got my excuses in early into the match. The loss definitely was the keyboard and mouse fault, not player skill. I'm devastated. Honestly, that loss really hurt.
I'm sure he's feeling pretty annoyed right now because, you know, he had me. He basically had me for the entire time. And he played pretty well for the whole early game, but yeah, not much you can do.
He did have him.